step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Seahawks going up against the Bills. With that, let's send you up to Orchard Park in Western New York, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. Stephen Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is McCoy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit. But his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now it's Wilson. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. You know, Charles, for Graham, so much concern early in the season about whether he'd be ready to play this year, what would happen recovering from the tendon. Not only was he ready, he played every game this season for Seattle.
And it wasn't just the injury concern with Jimmy Graham. It's how Seattle runs their offense. Remember, when he was in New Orleans, he could expect a ton of passes to come his way. But in Seattle, that number was going to be reduced. Would he be able to maximize what they were going to throw in his direction? And he certainly did this year, 65 catches.
65 catches, just shy of 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, too. On third down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And left side here, it's Graham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse, and it's third down. And we take a look at the Bills' defense.
Kyle Williams never gets the credit he deserves as a defensive tackle, but every offense in the league knows how difficult it is to block him.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. Now 4th down.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Now it's Wilson being chased out left. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 7, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. First carry for Thomas Rawls. It's a gain of 20 that time. Earlier, partner, when discussing Russell Wilson, you said you think he's best when Seattle is running back-centric. Is Thomas Rawls the centerpiece going forward there?
I think so because of what he did 2 seasons ago before he got hurt. Because he runs that offense the way they want it run. One cut, downhill, get upfield, and Thomas Rawls is perfect for that. If he stays healthy, that allows Russell Wilson now to throw the play action, to bootleg passes that really hurt other teams defensively.
And Rawls has youth on his side, just 23. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Lorenzo Alexander in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the Bills getting set to go.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Here's the offensive unit, and heads up. Look out for the Clemson Tiger.
Sammy Watkins was brought in to make plays. That's what he specializes in. Out on the perimeter or going inside.
2nd and 10. It's Taylor again. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he's going to get this.
Just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wilson on 1st down. The connection made. It's Graham. A gain of 6 there on 1st. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. It's caught outright by Graham. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
First down, this is Rawls. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They come out here in the I. They go again with Rawls. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On third down, Procise. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pete Carroll, no stranger to rolling the dice. He'll roll it again. 4th down, they're going for it. They'll try and run for it with a power back. Reese. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. They'll try and run down here with Procise. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. C.J. Procise taking it in. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now McCoy. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
He's got Watkins on the out route. 14 yards that time for number 14.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll go again to McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Wilson snags it left side. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And Graham's got it, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. They come out here in the I. So now 3rd and goal. Will the defense bring some extra pressure here? And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. C.J. Prosise with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in.
He's got him in, complete. A gain of 32 that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 2nd and 10 now. It's Taylor. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bobby Wagner coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to Buffalo after this. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. Watkins alone on the left side. Taylor. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Fourth. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Here we go. 4th down. Here's Taylor. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shad.